Hello, Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. We actually got about 100 websites now, and on each of these things we have different themes, and one of them is I have things I like to write about, which is travel is really living and moving around. I sometimes call it a mobile householder. You have a household and then you move. So basically I have to teach people how to live. But I also have this online business which a lot of people want to know how to, they want, a lot of people want to figure out how to go travel the planet and have a business and continue to do what they want to do, but earn enough money to do that. And they want to do that before they're age 65. They want to do it when they're still, I don't know, young enough to not be so tired, not retired. Okay, on organizational skills, I was thinking today, after 14 years, I accidentally said something to this guy named, his name's either Todd or Jeff. He's got this pseudonym, I guess. I guess I should call him Todd. Okay, I was talking to Todd yesterday, and he's the guy that reads my blog on a regular basis, and he's never written me a comment, never wrote, and he's never sent an email, but he's actually in a hotel I'm at here in San Pedro, Guatemala. I'm on Lake Atalan in the city of San Pedro. It's one of the most beautiful lakes on the planet, for sure one of the best climates, and also one of the most dysfunctional places you ever meet. Okay, but we call it Dysfunction Junction because it's wild. But I enjoy dysfunctional people. I'm an extremely dysfunctional person. In remission, I hope. I've been in remission for 25 years. But, okay, after 14 years of being on the internet, no, really more like 18. I had a website in the United States before I took off, and I've been traveling and writing on the internet. But I've had Hobo Traveler for like 12 years, so I landed on a website called Hobo Traveler, and now we're spinning off 100 and maybe 150. We're even allowing people to start their own website with our basic content management system. But after 14 years, what did I do? I've given up on people. I've given up on people writing me emails and entering my world in a polite way. The comments that come in, the emails that are written to me, everybody that's contacting me is not wanting to enter my world. I could almost say that 99% of the emails that are inquiries, I mean, people somewhere starting their first relationship with me is negative now. I mean, it used to be 50-50 when we first started. People were quite generous. Now, it's like all the good people went in hiding, like my friend Todd or Jeff or whatever his name is, and the bad people have came out to do it. So, like, the internet makes small people big. Okay, now, there's a reason for shyness. There's a reason for confidence. There's a reason for arrogance. There's a reason for secrets. But generally, a relationship has to start out at some level where we can do it. One of the reasons why I've been going to these videos is because I want you to see my body language. I want you to hear the tone of my voice. But what happens is that the emails have become a never-ending cycle. Instead of resolving something, it's like what I feel is most people that are writing me are trying to tell me how to live my life, okay? And I really don't care. I'm not going to do it. And I don't want to tell you how to live your life. It's purely optional. You're watching this video. You can always click away, and that's what I want you to do. Okay, on the other side is, on the emails, I read them before I have a chance to do it. So I've basically shut off all emails to me. Nobody can get to me unless they come to me in an organized way. You can probably write, you can still click on contact here and probably write, and if my partner Andrew believes that it's worthy of coming on to me, he'll forward it on. There's a problem there. I mean, he's probably, you can't expect everybody to qualify people the correct way. I stopped in to try to see Warren Buffett, and I instantly got a no without even a possible way of getting to him. And I thought that was kind of strange, because really, if I had a system, what we do is we have to set up a little qualifying system where there's step by step by step. The secret to business, to me, is inquiry handling systems. So a person could fax you, they could email you, they could call you, and then that sets up the system. Now, if you have a really bad secretary, she may never get to you, right? A lot of people have very, very obnoxious people stopping anybody from getting to them. What I want is a way of getting rid of the obnoxious people, and then filter on the nice people, and then just keep going and going and going until they do it. But the internet's so full of anonymous people that this takes up all my time. I don't want anonymous people to write me emails. I want only people that want to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to the system of telephone calls. Person calls me, leaves their telephone name, their message, and I can call them up. And after I call them up, I can find out, by the voice, by their body language, by the way they're doing stuff. And I mean, even on Skype now, we can have video where I can see their body language. I just was watching a video where it says 7% of the stuff is actually words. This is a problem with the internet. People can't really read. That's why Facebook and Twitter do good. It's only one line. They only have to read one line. Anything longer than that, you lose about 99% of the people. So anything that it burdens their brain, it stinks. So really a conversation is good, because anybody can pretty much converse. But the goal here is to create a rapport with you where we can become friends. I can respect you, you can respect me. I have boundaries where I can sit there and stop answering your phone calls. But if you know me well enough, you know that if you don't pick up your phone, I'm not going to call you. If I get a call that says restricted, I don't call back either. It's kind of funny, because people think that you need to do business with everybody. What you need to do business is with people that want to be open, transparent, and honest with you. And this is really, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I guess Warren Buffett needs to keep his email, his telephone secret. My family and friends are not that important. All the people that are doing business with me, very few are that important. I'm not saying that, if it says comes in restricted, I'd let it go to voicemail, and then the guy can say, hey, I'm this person. I go, okay, maybe he needs to be restricted. But if he wants to be secretive, I really don't want to do business with him. Well, that sounds bad, because there's this America thinks it's like some kind of democracy where everybody warrants attention, but then they become so violent. I mean, restricted, that's violence. That's premeditated, non-community. This guy George next door said we're either coming together or we're separating. So if the person's trying to come together, that's what I want. If they're trying to stay separated from me, I agree, let's be separated. So I'm looking for these telltale signs of separation, and then that's how I qualify how far I go. They come across me, I gotta, they got the number, I can call them back. They say, hey, my name's Andy, or I'm Andy Graham, right? If you just say your first name, I'm probably not going to call you back. If you give me what you're talking about, if you can empathize that I'd like to know what you're talking about, and then I can hear your voice tone. But at the end of the day, on a conversation, a telephone call, I can ask questions like, what's your name? And then you can stall, and I know something. If you say, where do you live? And you stall again, I know something. There's voice, body language, or what do you want to call this? There's things that I can also find out when you're shy, and I can do it. I mean, you can lie pretty good with an email, but you can't do very good on this in a one-on-one conversation. That's why I'm doing this video. I want you to see my body language. I want you to try to weigh me and see whether I'm a good person or a bad person. And I want you to, because what happens is that the bad people aren't going to want to talk to me. The good people are probably going to, because I'm pretty much sure I'm a good person. Okay. The faster we get to resolution of any kind of situation, the better. what happens and this is why email doesn't work. They send me an email, and then a day later they send them an email. It takes 5 days just to resolve an appointment where you just call me up and say, hey Joe, what time you want to meet? 6? No, I'm busy. 4 o'clock's fine. Yes, bye. Where at? Okay, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Let's meet at the Munchie Emporium. And they say, I'll be in a white shirt and whatever. And I'll sit there. Because you got to resolve these things quick so you can get on other stuff. If text messaging, emails, and all this stuff are for very short missives. Like, here's my address. Boom, send it. Here's my phone number. Boom, send it. And then I can call it. That's not how people are using it. They're using it to hide. I had a business where I was selling like almost 100 properties a year. And I had some agents for a while until I got rid of all of them because they were so... I actually threw the telephone at one person one time. His name was Ken. He had a family, 2 children, and I wanted him to make money. Because that's my goal. Is, he's working for me, but he's also got to support his family. And the phone was ringing. And he goes, I'll let voicemail get it. I said, I paid $20 a call to get those things to ring. And he says, I said, you don't understand. 30% of the people won't even leave a message. So we lose 30% of our potential clients at $20 a call. So 100 calls times 30 times $20. That's $600 for 100 calls. I lose every 100 calls. I figured each call time the phone rang, it cost me $20 in advertising to get it to ring. I said, I can't take it. I said, you got to answer the phone. People want to talk to people. And he goes, well, I'm busy. I said, you're not busy. You're not selling anything. Okay? I threw the phone at him. I said, pick up the phone. And then I said, there was the thing. Real estate was so easy. All you got to do is say, would you like to go look at it? And the person, would you like to go look at it? No. I mean, why are you calling me if you don't want to look at property? I'm not going to sell you a property on the phone. We have to start a rapport relationship. I didn't even go hang up the phone on people. I said, you talk to that person for 15, 20 minutes and you don't even know his name or her name. You don't know their address. You don't know what they're looking. All you're doing is giving a bunch of information one way, and they're basically denial of information. Okay, this is why telephone works so good. If somebody's denying information and the tone is thing, I can just say, well, I got to go. See you later. Bye. Click. On the email, it should be for learning, okay, and it should be for short stuff, and that's not what it's turned. It's turned into another way for people to hide from me. Okay, you can't do business with people that are hiding from you. Okay, so I now have a link. If you want to advertise me, if it clicks on a link, and it shows my phone number, and I haven't got any phone calls on advertising. Now, it used to be we'd get 2 emails a day with people proposing scams to us for advertising or affiliate programs or anything but advertising. Now, it's got a phone number. Now, that seems like it's counterintuitive. Like you should be able to give them a way to contact you and give you whatever. Well, the thing is that they're sneaky. There's all these incredibly sneaky things. The internet, according to the CEO of Google, which he's, Google's sneaky too, but the internet is a cesspool of misinformation. And at the end of the day, don't you want to have somebody be able to answer your questions and not in perfect order? And if the forum's there and you don't have they're not answering the question on the web page, don't you want a way to do it? And do you really want to have to read every single thing on a web page just to understand a person? No. So I can point you really quickly. I could sit there and take notes and then send you 8 links and where I've written about this stuff to go further if you wanted to, or I can do it. And this is organizational skills. I made a lot of money in real estate in the United States, and I sold a lot of property. And the people asked me why. I said I pick up the phone. And I'm going back to picking up the phone because what happens is all the anonymous people, the good people won't write the email, and the bad people do. And I'm not saying everybody that's ever written me has been a bad person. That's not true. I just don't have time to deal with all that. People are not going to call me up and treat me with disrespect because I'll hang up. Well, they'll write an email that's very disrespectful. So I just want to stop. I want to enter into a respectful, transparent, honest relationship where I know you and you know me. Any kind of secrets and I hang up on you, any kind of trying to be clever, you got about 30 seconds of introduction where you can actually show that you're intending to come together or trying to stay separated. If you're trying to stay separated, we will stay separated. If you try to come together, we will come together. It's pretty simple. Okay, I hope you understand why I'm giving up on the emails, and I'm putting this on a thing, and it's pretty long, but if you truly like me, you like reading what I write about, you might actually want to start to be friends. You could actually come down here. I'm not busy. That's contrary to everything. I'm so unbusy, it's ridiculous. I'm writing 10 books and I'm doing all this stuff, but the truth is I'm so organized that I'm not very busy. If you ever wanted to come down and hang out a little bit, you're welcome. That doesn't mean I'm going to talk to you. It just means that you could have the opportunity. And if you do it respectfully, well, I've been thinking about having a seminar where 20 people come down and we show them some language skills and we do some stuff. I'm going to be all around the planet, and there's always a way to meet me. I'm not impossible, but you have to do it with respect. That's the problem. Thank you. Andy Graham, hobotraveler.com, and 100 other websites we're trying to do for retiring abroad.